We continue our knowledge sharing mission through a series of interviews with marketing leaders all over the world, and we're thrilled to have Leor Franks with us today.
My name is Leor Franks. I'm Director of Marketing and Business Development at the London-based international law firm Kingsley Napley.
Can you tell us about your company? What does Kingsley Napley do?
Kingsley Napley is a London-based international law firm. We have a very broad range of services. We provide advice to organisations and companies across the full range of commercial, corporate, regulatory and governance issues. But we also do a lot of work for private individuals across their reputation, across family and immigration issues, and also, in the worst case scenario, around criminal issues. So it's a broad-based firm with services for both organisations, corporates and private individuals.
What's your role there? What are you working on right now?
Well, I lead the business development, marketing, communications function, and also the knowledge and information services groups. I've been with the firm for about 4 months now, and my focus really has been on what I call the 3 Ps: people, partners, and process. The people piece is around my team, supporting them to make sure that they're happy and comfortable working remotely, but also developing them, training them, and recruiting in where we have gaps in our skill set. The partners piece is very important in professional services. Partners own our firm, they're our sales force. So I'm putting a lot of time and effort into making sure I understand the business of the partners and what they need from my functions. And thirdly, the process piece is about making sure all of our systems, our technology and our policies are fit for purpose and can help us grow the business in the coming years.
Now let's talk about marketing and events a little bit. Due to the pandemic, many marketing opportunities, especially related to events and event sponsorships, were no longer possible. As a result, what type of new opportunities are there out there for B2B marketers?
I've certainly seen a narrowing of the routes to market over the last 15 to 18 months. Lockdown has obviously meant that in-person gatherings are a lot harder to undertake. So everyone has rushed to use Zoom and other similar channels. And that's led to a huge degree of convergence, but unfortunately a great deal of noise in the market, which makes it particularly difficult for any individual brand to cut through. So I look to use one of 3 weapons in order to cut through. The first I would describe as halos, the second as heroes, and the third as headlines. Halos for me are around a particular individual, whether it's someone within your organization or someone outside that has very strong personal name recognition amongst the target audience you're trying to reach. And simply by association with that individual in an online event will attract the right audience. Heroes for me is around content, really good quality content, often data-rich, data-led, that relates to the issues that are keeping your clients awake at night. And particularly important right now, it has to be contextualized amongst all of the volatility and instability in the market, whether it's to do with a pandemic or Brexit or macro tensions in certain parts of the world. The headline piece is around the company or the firm's track record, cases they've worked on, case studies that really articulate what they do and how they add value. But importantly, in my view, that should not necessarily be in the voice of the company, it should be in the voice of the client, because that will resonate more and won't come across as a sales tool.
Do you think there are enough opportunities out there? Are there as many as there used to be?
Well, I think there's been a reduction actually in the range of opportunities to engage with the market. We've unfortunately seen a number of vendors, of conference organisers in the London market, for example, that have either unfortunately had to scale back or shut down operations. A lot of them have innovated and gone online and looked for other opportunities to engage. But I think really the onus has to be on the firm to find that route to market. Rather than relying on paid for opportunities, you have to focus more today on earning those opportunities, using innovative methods to reach the market, using innovative technologies and channels, and really finding a way of being more self-reliant than perhaps you once were.
Some say it's become more important than ever for marketing and sales teams to work closely to meet company goals. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do. The industry I work in, professional services, is perhaps different to many other industries in that our sales force are our partners and they are owners of the business and they're in the business. So I look to work very collaboratively with them and to ensure that my function is supporting them. And the way I look at things is not sales separate to marketing and comms, but one integrated continuum. And I call it the 4 Rs: recognition, reputation, relationships, and revenue. So I view it as one continuum, really with my function focusing on managing the recognition in the market through digital channels, for example, our reputation in the media and online, helping to enable our partners to create and grow relationships and providing support around revenue in terms of pitches and information. And the partners typically focus on the second, third and fourth of those R's, their reputation, talking to the press, appearing at conferences, on their relationships, attending events, networking with people, and particularly on the revenue piece.
What's one piece of career advice that you've received that has been particularly valuable to you as a marketing leader?
To put time into reflecting on my personal style and my personal impact. So rather than just going project to project, meeting to meeting, finding some time to reflect on how certain conversations have gone, whether on email or virtually or in person, thinking about impact, what went well, what went badly, and learning from those exchanges, both the positives and the negatives, to improve your style and performance going forward.
That brings us to a close. Thank you so much, Leor.
Thank you, Lorna. Good to see you.